All right, let's get a warm up for the league game, baby.
So the deal with Boondanga is that it pretty much eliminates your free will. So you're awake and you're articulate, and to anyone else watching you, it seems like you're perfectly fine. But you completely lost control of your own actions. So you're at the whim. That's how people take advantage of you. Heard a bunch of different stories, really running the gamut. Some of them sound like kind of campfire horror stories you're told when you're growing up. Stuff like waking up in a bathtub with an organ cut out and a sign saying you have 5 hours to get to the hospital. We've of course also heard that it's used as a date rape drug. We heard one particularly chilling story where a guy was taken back to his apartment, woke up the next morning in an empty apartment, completely confused as to what happened, went down and said to his doorman, you know, why is my apartment empty? What happened? The doorman said, well, you brought it out with 2 of your friends last night, all your stuff, you loaded it into a van. And the guy was like, why in the hell would you let me do that? And he was like, because you told me to. So that's kind of the stuff we're dealing with here. Complete elimination of free will while still acting, which is pretty much the scariest shit I can imagine.
La escopora es una droga como ninguna, no tiene sin igual, ¿sí me entiendes? O sea, tú coges con un soplido así, por ejemplo, tú estás aquí caminando y de repente, o sea, tú vas de espalda o vamos una pinta caminando acá y yo me le paso por una aquí. Le hago así nomás con eso, nomás con ese destello. El man ya queda burundangueado. Tú esperas cuando ya tú ves el efecto, es que el man empieza como a mediotar, entonces ya tú eres dueño total del man. Entonces tú lo coges, lo encanas y tú te lo llevas para donde tú quieras, parece un niño. Y tú te llevas, llama a tu casa, saca tu chequera, dame tus cuentas de ahorros, tu número de tu tarjeta y tal. Y así, si te pasas de dosis, corre peligro de que la persona se muera.
Colombia is basically fucked. They're the longest running guerrilla war in all of Latin America. They've essentially been at civil war for 60 years, and really, if you think about it, they've never not been at war since they gained their own independence. Other fun facts about Colombia, definitely not from the Board of Tourism, include the fact that 1 in every 3 kidnappings in the world happen right here in Colombia. And, as we all know, it's the cocaine capital of the universe.
Un gramo de escopola es un gramo de perico, la misma marcada porque tiene la misma densidad en peso y en presentación, ¿sí me entiendes cómo es? Pero tú con un gramo puedes matar hasta 10, 15 personas. Matar. Por eso es tan extremadamente delicado, no se consigue. Y la información, por ejemplo, que yo sí sé dónde se consigue, porque yo sí sé, hijo de puta, así es donde se consigue todo.
Now, the borracho tree, which, by the way, roughly translates to drunken binge tree, is indigenous to the northern Andean region. That includes Colombia and Ecuador, Venezuela. But the scopolamine is really only used by the criminal element here in Colombia.
Que por aquí tienen que haber gallinos y de pronto pillamos una. ¿No viste que ahí al lado de César hay una? Sí, al lado de César hay un árbol. Aquí es silvestre.
So despite
As the sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football at Big D as their guys will do battle with the Green Bay Packers. The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This is Tony Pollard, and he won't quite make it to the 25.
The fuck? Could have swore I was playing motherfucking Chiefs.
I showed up, beautiful women ordered me dinner, and it's fantastic. They ordered a bottle of whiskey. I might not go back.
Son bola de amor andando. Let's change our script.
The fuck?
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans and play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
You said what happened? I mean, I don't hang with no ISL niggas. I don't know nothing.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
In the previous episode,
Now
I took an excursion truck odyssey from the cargo plant in Denver.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again to Elliott.
Oh, he hit the panic button. Damn. Good shit.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Defense, in this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
I hope y'all had a wonderful.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A first down carry by Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The give is to Elliott.
Good shit.
He is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. throw is Prescott. Looking for the end zone.
Good shot.
It'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
You ready? 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Well, they say what you don't know here, it's precisely the field of the unknown that makes the same dangerous for those places. Those sharp stadiums to unlike those teams.
Now Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Looking deep for Adams.
Good shit.
Inside the 35.
My fault, fellas. My fault.
Shy of the 30. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Turns out uncles are creepy fussy eaters and tend to only eat what their moms teach them to say. Since humans and herbivores are an example of one of the food source for the ocean.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers. This is caught with a catch right side. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
This everything was part of it. He could have come closer to the shore. He take their beach and throw a man down. And New Zealand's not down. The snap and stingers ended up just 30 feet from the beach. But it was. This thing was. I think about it. Same investigation we're doing.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
First and goal from the 3. To throw is Rodgers.
Knock it out of there. Good shit. Good shit.
It's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So they were just inches from one another. Mickey found herself in a position no one wants to find themselves. An actual piece of shark bait. Shark bait. Well, the shark seems more.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Rodgers now to throw. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up.
Ooh, good shot. Good shot. Good shot. Got that by mistake.
In enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Come on, Dak. Cut that bullshit out, baby.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
If you look closer, you can see this hammerhead was actually a small fish that seemed to be using the swimmer as a human shield to escape. Hammerheads are ravenous predators, and their mallet-shaped head boosts their ability to find food. These two outward extensions are both separate blocks, and the position of the eyes provide the sign of the shark's distinctive underhead that makes them visible.
To throw again on second down, Rodgers. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
the pace with grace.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams.
Oh, motherfucker.
Connect, incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Quite a decision there on 4th down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points. And following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind, sometimes the illogical play is a logical play. But in this case, they were wrong.
Good D.
Sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught inside the 35. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Rodgers on the return. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And here's Lewis. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Especially with a few bucks. But for one group of fishermen friends, the New Year's Day fishing trip turned into an update with Kenneth. Shit, the attendance on the $1,000. Check that out.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. Sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Ah, get that shit.
Says this will be incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
10th carry now for Elliott.
Good shit.
Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
I'd take it. I'd take it.
3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Good D.
Prescott, his 3rd interception. Adrian Amos with a pick, and the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there. there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Jones. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So I hope he counts as lucky star. Fish. If the thought of getting trapped in an underwater maze has you feeling a little breathless.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football. He's taken down. Micah Parsons showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers.
You blew that.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the
Blew that one,
Cowboys
fellas.
14. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Rodgers to throw. Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting in
to it as we come up on a big third down. Now Rodgers. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
The kick by Crosby is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline? Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Good D, good D.
For the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Damn, Dak, you failed me, man. You failed me.
7-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Oh, man. Good shit. Good game.
Touchdown. Robert Tonyan, 27 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Good game, man. Good game. That didn't work out how we wanted to, but it's all good. Good warm up.
His brute force is backed up by 4-inch long claws and 42 teeth in his bone-crushing jaw. The mountain ranges of North America are home to another heavyweight predator. Cougars can be as much as 250 pounds of lean, mean killing machine. They relentlessly hunt down everything from a small snack to a whole meal. The muscle-bound hindquarters are the power base for leaping on their prey. The front paws and razor-sharp 1-inch claws are flesh-piercing slash-and-grab weapons. This particular cougar will now have to kill larger prey every few days. She's a new mother, growing cubs to feed. But for the grizzly, they're just helpless parcels of tender meat. specially equipped with super strong senses to track them down. The area of mucous membrane inside his nose is 100 times larger than a human's, giving him a sense of smell 7 times more powerful than a bloodhound's. Sensing danger, the mother moves the cubs undercover. But it's too late, and it's his brute force up against the claws and cunning of the cougar. The grizzly attempts a 1,500